You were getting a little spicy, and I
Yeah, I know. And you, honestly, you said something that I thought was like, oh, snap.
Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Erin.
And we are back with another topical video where we like to start conversations with you guys down in the comments below. So make sure you get down there and let us know what you think about this topic.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, I didn't know where that was going, but this is going to be a fun one. So bourbon hunting is a big topic in the bourbon world.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to talk about the truth behind it, what we think about it, and we're going to give you a little bit of inside baseball information. So if you like this style of video, we do these topical videos every Tuesday. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it. Let us know. What do you think about bourbon hunting? Let's go ahead and get into it right away.
Well, this might be a controversial opinion, but I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
It's not for me. That's what I should say. It's not for me.
Well, and also, you don't do the shopping.
I don't do the bourbon shopping.
Right. And you don't, it's not your thing. Like,
Correct.
you don't care to go wait in lines or drive around to a bunch of stores to try to find bottles.
I don't like to wait in lines for pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Grocery store, amusement parks, anything.
We're too old. We don't have time for that. You got to fast pass it at the
Ain't nobody
amusement
got
park.
time for that.
You got to, if you can't afford the fast pass, you can't afford to go to the amusement park.
In my opinion, yes.
Yeah. All right. And that's, I mean, we're older. We're wiser. We like convenience. But honestly speaking, and the reason this is coming up is because right now on YouTube, the platform and the algorithm is leaning heavily towards bourbon hunting videos.
Gotcha.
Like, if you are a channel out there and you're creating bourbon hunting content, you are being rewarded with views. That's just a fact.
Good.
So
yeah,
if you want views
for those
and you're a channel, do some bourbon hunting videos. You won't see us doing them because I don't care about bourbon hunting either.
Well, and I think for us specifically, we just don't have the time to be able to do that, even if you wanted to. I feel like between the two of us, if anyone would want to, it would be you.
Yep.
And you definitely don't have the time.
Right. Well, and here's the thing about bourbon hunting too, okay? Like, and I watch those videos, so I'm not, no shade
you're
whatsoever.
You're a consumer of bourbon hunting videos.
No shade whatsoever. I enjoy bourbon hunting videos for the entertainment aspect and for the curiosity to see what that person on that channel got, what they landed. However, it is not helpful content, in my opinion.
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining.
And I think that's fine if you go
but hang on,
to it with that thought.
I don't want to bury the point because it sounds like a knock.
I'm sorry.
We want our content to be helpful, which is why we do blind tastings and take away the bias, and we have these conversational topics and everything. Just because it's not helpful doesn't mean it's bad.
Correct.
It is entertaining. It's good entertainment. I like it. But the reason it's not helpful is because the stores in your area are just simply not going to have the same things that you're seeing other people hunt for.
Yeah.
And even if you see...
Especially if you live in an ABC state.
Well, it doesn't even matter. Like, if you see a channel that does a bourbon hunting video in your hometown, by the time they record that video, edit that video, put that video out, even if it's the next day, that store might have different products on the shelf. So if they found something that's hard to find, by the time you get there, it's not going to be there.
It might not be there.
It might not be there. I want to highlight this, and I wanted to do this video because I think it's important to realize that the things that you find in your store are going to be different than the things you see. And to that point, to the things that you see us review or do blind tastings on, batch variance is something that, like, batch variance is going to be the hill that I die on.
It is. You have said that in many videos recently.
Right. So you can take a product like Wild Turkey 101, for instance, and this is a large batched product, but it is still a batch product.
Yep.
So when you take a batch product like this, and I buy this batch that came to Nashville, Tennessee, whatever the batch number, LL7KC311610, and I buy this batch, and you go in Seattle or Chicago or Florida or California, and you buy a Wild Turkey 101, it's going to be a different batch. And
it could taste different.
It could. It's going to taste different.
Because it's really hard to formulatize, even though it is a formula that goes into the barrel, it's hard to make it stay the same when it comes out.
Right.
You can try to get it as close as you can, but it's not going to be identical.
They'll be close. And if you buy a bottle and drink it, and then you finish it and throw it away and recycle it or whatever, and then you go on to the next bottle, you might not notice a difference, or you might. But if you buy different batches and you taste them side by side, they're going to taste different. It's impossible.
We have had that happen before.
Yes, it is literally impossible to replicate the flavor profile of whiskey. It's more art than science. Whether it's batches or single barrels or whatever, you're going to get differences in flavor.
Yeah.
So the content that you see us produce on here, where we're blind tasting stuff, the things that we're tasting, you may be tasting different batches of the same product. The bourbon hunting videos, the people that are buying that stuff, you may be buying different batches or different single barrels than they're buying. So everything that's out there in the content space is for informational and entertainment purposes, first and foremost. Really entertainment first and foremost. Information, and we try to produce as much helpful content that we can over here. And truthfully speaking, for us, we really want to focus on blind tastings.
Yeah.
And that's the truth of bourbon hunting for us, is that we don't care about that as much as we care about doing blind tastings to highlight how hard to find stuff or really high priced stuff might not live up to the hype in a blind. Or if it blows us away, then it blows us away. But
when you watch bourbon hunting videos, you watch them for the entertainment value that they provide.
Yeah.
And not necessarily thinking that you are going to go be able to get that.
Right.
You're watching it to see what they get and have a good time enjoying watching it.
It's like watching reality TV. It's entertaining.
It's not as much of a train wreck as reality TV is, though.
That's true. But it's entertaining, right? Yeah. But it's not actual real life. Now, maybe it inspires you to go bourbon hunting and you go around to a bunch of stores. My experience, that ends more in frustration than anything else. And I have gotten to the point where I'm just not going to waste my time with bourbon hunting on a personal level. But if you are so inclined and you enjoy the hunt, by all means, I think it's very cool that we are in a hobby that has that element, if that's of interest to you.
Yeah. And if it's not of interest to you, that's okay. You can still get bourbon. That's the thing.
Don't feel bad.
You can kind of gravitate towards what you like about this specific hobby. Even within the hobby, there's variances.
For us, we're less hunters and we're more
gatherers.
Social. No, we're not gatherers. Like just social. Like that. We don't enjoy the hunting. We enjoy
the drinking with other people.
Taking the things that we found and sharing them with other people, sharing them with you guys, drinking them here on the channel, sharing them with our Patreon community.
I think a lot of people like that, but they also like the hunt. And I think we just don't like the hunt as much.
Right. And that's it's okay.
Yeah.
Whatever you like, do you. Rule number 1, know thyself. And if you like hunting, hunt, knock yourself out. Just don't think the things that you see on bourbon hunting videos are going to be 1-to-1 for what you get.
Or don't think that if it comes across that someone found something so easily, that you are going to be able to find things so easily as well.
Right. Because it's market dependent. Here in Nashville, Tennessee, where we live, it is a hot bourbon market. I'm not finding anything. If by the time it got posted in some local group that there's a release at a store that's coveted,
it's gone.
Before I can get there, it's going to be gone. You got to be on the inside. So that's just the way it is for me. That's why I'm kind of over bourbon hunting. If you like bourbon hunting, again, these videos are to start the conversation. Let us know what you like about bourbon hunting down below. Yeah. Like, is it just the excitement and the thrill of it?
Like the adrenaline rush.
When you land a good bottle, is that just something that makes all the hassle worth it for you? Maybe we're just like old curmudgeons that don't like to wait in line.
I know I am.
Or drive around and potentially strike out, more than likely strike out on getting things. Maybe that's, maybe we're just being,
set in our ways.
Maybe we should just shake our fists at some people driving too fast
and
down our street.
And tell them to get off our lawn.
Yeah. So anyways, let us know in the comments below if you like this style of content. Subscribe to the channel. We do these conversational topics every week over here.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, hit the bell if you want to join us for a live stream.
Oh, yeah.
We can have more like back and forth conversations in that format rather than like us talking to a camera and then you commenting below.
Yeah.
We can like have a little back and forth in the chat with
a little conversation, if you will.
The bell will help you know when we're going live.
Absolutely. That's it for today. Be good to each other, and until next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.